Good evening, guys. Now, in this session, we'll discuss Thevenin-Norton theorem circuits by of category 3. So, before going to explain this category 3, what is the category 3 sums looks like? The category sums 3 is having a circuits only dependent sources. The circuit consisting of dependent sources asks you to find the Thevenin equivalent and Norton equivalent across any terminals. We have to see that is category 3. So before going to category 3, let me introduce a small topic. Here, from day 1 first class, we are habituated to find equivalent resistance, right? So we have solved many circuits. So let us say the simple circuit, you are wishing to find RT, which is total resistance, or looking through this AB terminals, the total resistance. What you will do? So these two are in parallel, which is in resultant in series with this resistance. After that, this is parallel with this resistance, and you will find. So R1. So if you naming this R3, R4, R5. So total resistance you will get as R4 in parallel with R5, that is in series with R3, and the total in parallel with R2, and this total is in series with R1. So finding this total resistance is much difficult. So in industries or in laboratories, what they will do is they'll simply, for any circuit, they'll simply attach one voltage source or a current source. So why attaching that current source and voltage source is, so if you attach one voltage source, if you find that response I, what you will get? Resistance, right? Ohm's law, according to Ohm's law, what is that? V equal to IR. If you want resistance V and I, so in that industries, they'll simply attach one voltage source here. They'll find the response. So by Ohm's law, we'll get RT equal to what? V by I. So instead of finding the total resistance, you can simply find the total resistance by attaching a voltage. By this response, you'll get RT. So finding the total resistance by conventional way, by finding total resistance, you simply attach a voltage source, we find the response, you'll get the response, that is RT. So RT equal to what? V by I. So we use this concept in solving the category 3 sums. Okay? Is that clear now? So to explain the category 3, I introduce one circuit to explain that category 3 sums, which is having only dependent source. So this is the circuit. This is a V1 naught. This is what? Current voltage dependent current source. So that voltage is voltage across 2 ohm. This is 1 ohm, and this is 4 ohm. This is AB terminals, right? The question is asking to find the Thevenin equivalent across a Thevenin or Norton equivalent across AB terminals. So here finding, so we first actually for this circuit there is no independent source, that is there is no energizing element for this circuit. So without having that energizing element in the circuit, you cannot find VOC here. Is it possible to find VOC here, open circuit voltage? Because there is no energizing element in this circuit. So the circuit is called a dull circuit, dead circuit. There is no active element in that circuit, but we are having passive elements. So 2 ohms, 1 ohms, 4 ohms, and 2 V naught. This is also passive element. But if we connect any source here, this will be in active form. So the finally thing is, for this circuit, the Thevenin equivalent Thevenin voltage V Thevenin is equal to 0 and I naught is also 0. Why? Because there is no energizing element in the circuit. We conclude V Thevenin is 0, IN is 0. But for this circuit, there will be a resistance. For any element in this world, even though it is energizing or not, there will be a resistance. So finding that resistance is the main concept here, R Thevenin. So according to Ohm's law, we have V equal to IR, right? So R equal to R Thevenin will take. So V by I. So now where will get V and I? So in before I said the concept called, we'll introduce one voltage here. So for finding R Thevenin, we'll introduce a test voltage source of value V 1 volt. Instead of 1 volt, you can apply 10 volts, 20 volts, 30 volts, your wish. And we'll find the response here, current response. That is say IT, test current. IT means test current. This is 1 volt. This is giving test voltage 1 volt, a value 1 volt, and we'll find test current. If you give 1 volt and you will find test current, then we can get R Thevenin equal to what? 1 volt and I test. So we'll get R Thevenin. So you can write Thevenin equivalent as like this: V Thevenin, R Thevenin. So you'll get R Thevenin value. But here there is no energizing element before. We'll short this V Thevenin since V Thevenin equal to 0. This is the final output. Similarly, for Norton circuit also is the same. You'll draw. Since Rn equal to 0, this is a voltage source, current source will be 0. So we'll remove that source. So this is Norton. Okay, this is not an equivalent circuit for this circuit. So for a given circuit, if you want to find the Thevenin equivalent, what we'll do means we'll simply give one test voltage there. For this circuit, to solve Thevenin equivalent, we'll give a test voltage of 1 volt. Four ohm, 1 ohm, 2 ohm. This is V naught. This is 1 volt. We need to find test current IT. So this is what we have. This is 2 loops we are having. So to find IT is what? Minus I2. So to find I1, I2, we have mesh analysis. So by mesh, so if you observe carefully, this I1, I2 is our super mesh. Why? Because this is current source, voltage dependent current source. From 1 and 2, we have 2 I1 plus 1 into I1 plus 4 I2 plus 1 equal to 0. So solving that, you'll get 2 I1. So adding this, you'll get 7 I1 equal to minus 1. So 2 I2 equal to, 3 I1 plus 4 I2 equal to minus 1. This is equation 1. By super mesh we have by super mesh I2 minus I1 equal to 2 V naught. Here we have V naught equal to 2 into current through this 2 ohms, 2 into I1. Substitute this here. We will get I2 minus I1 equal to 2 into 2 I1. Solving, we'll get minus 5 I1 plus I2 equal to 0, right? Solving 1 and 2, we'll get 3, 4, minus 1, minus 5, 1 and 0. So solving 1 and 2, you'll getting I1 equal to minus 0.043, I2 equal to minus 0.21. So what we need, we connected one test voltage source and we need test current IT. So IT is what? Minus I2. What do you get? Minus I2 is minus 0.21. You substitute that. Minus of minus 0.21. You will getting 0.21. So finally R Thevenin equal to what? R Thevenin equal to what? Test voltage V 1 volt. So V by R, V by S, sorry, current IT. So voltage is 1 volt we initially took, and test current is 0.21. So finally you get R Thevenin is 1 division of 0.21. So that is 4.76 ohm. So you got R Thevenin. For this independent, for this circuit, V Thevenin is 0. So Thevenin equivalent is given as only R Thevenin value, that is 4.76 ohms. So V Thevenin is shorted here because V Thevenin equal to 0. You can replace this here. You can draw V Thevenin equal to 0, you can keep, and you will short that, and R Thevenin. This is Thevenin equivalent of this circuit. If you look to this AB terminal, Thevenin equivalent is this value 4.76. Now this same Thevenin equivalent, or you can keep Norton equivalent also like this. So you'll open this current source, you'll place like this. So Rn equal to 4.76. You can also keep like this. This is Norton equivalent for this circuit. Since current source is 0, so IN is 0 initially because no energizing element. So IN equals 0. You keep current source open. Actually current source means Norton circuit means you have to keep current source. Since IN is 0, Norton's energizing element, you will open the circuit. Up to now it is okay, fine. You got R Thevenin equal to 4.76. Keep this aside. For the same circuit, instead of giving 1 volt energizing element, if you give 1 amp current energizing element, we will see what happens. For the same circuit, if you give 1 amp current, 1 amp test current, what we need to find is voltage Vt. So similarly Ohm's law, according to Ohm's law, V into IR. So I equal to V by I. If you give 1 volt test voltage, you will finding test current. If you give 1 amp test volt current, you will find test voltage here, Vt. Okay. This is 1 ohm. This is 2 ohms. V0, 4 ohm, 2 V0. Okay. So to find Vt, we have same like we'll have you mesh analysis I1 and this is I2. So by mesh analysis, if you give, this is super mesh, but super mesh equation is not possible because 2 I1, but current voltage across this is not possible. So by super mesh, we have by super mesh I2 minus I1 equal to 2 V0. By loop 2 we have, so V0 equal to we have 2 I1. Substitute that here. So I2 minus I1 equal to 2 V0. Substitute that here. I2 minus I1 equal to 4 I1. You will get minus 5 I1 plus I2 equal to 0. This is equation 1. Okay. From loop 2 you have current source here. So I2 equal to what? Minus 1 amp. Since current is flowing in like this, your loop taking I2 loop current in like this form. So is opposite direction. I2 equal to minus 1. Solving 1 and 2, you have minus 5, 1, 0, 0, 1, minus 1. So you have I1 equal to minus 0.2 amps. So I2 equal to minus 1 amp. keep this values aside. But mainly what you need, voltage here. That is the voltage here. Sum of voltage drop across this branch and this branch. So to find the voltage across this branch, we have voltage. We have to find voltage across these two branches. So instead of that, for finding VT, we'll give a total loop equation. Okay. So this is also one loop, right? In first second, what I said, the loop is of interconnection of one or two loops. So this is one loop. This is also one loop. We'll give one loop equation keeping in mind to find the voltage VT. For VT, we have loop equation, that is two into I1 plus 1 into I1 plus 4 into I2. So we got I2 here plus VT equal to 0. So this is VT, loop voltage across, we are assuming voltage across this 1 ohm. So VT equal to what? Minus 3 I1 minus 4 I2. Substitute it I1 I2 here. Minus 3 into minus of 0.2 minus of 4 of minus 1. So you get minus of 0 plus 4. So you're getting almost a value of 4.6 ohm. So VT equal to 4.6. So VT equal to 4.6. To get RTH, what we are having? VT by 1 amp current source. So RT equal to what? 4.6. We have VT equal to. So by either method, you are getting almost equal. 4.76 here got 4.6. So either by using 1 volt or 1 amp, you are getting almost same. So same values. So you can use any method. So introducing 1 volt as a test voltage is way most equal by you're getting one equal resistance if you apply 1 amp current also. So introducing 1 volt or 10 volt, 1 amp, your wish. By either method you can find. So I am saying one more thing. So this introducing 1 volt and 1 amp is okay, but you can also introduce instead of 1 amp 1 volt, 10 volts or 10 amps, your wish. So whether you go 1 amp 1 volt is not the matter, but the only thing is you have to ensure that if you introduce any number of voltage, any numerical value, that 2 volts or 3 volts, we have to find current IT. Finding that test current is important, and assuming that V volts. If you give 10 volts, then you will get IT different value, but resistance is same. You get 4.76 only. If you give, only thing is it is called homogeneous. So if you give input of 10 volts, you will get response of some X value. If you give 20 volts, basing on the input only, the response will be changed. But ultimately the value of RThevenin will not change. So increasing the P and I. So if you increase the I, current also improves, but the ratio will not change. That is V 4.76 will be get. Either you can use voltage or you can use current test voltages, your wish. Okay. Thank you. So I would like to. I am wishing to you to solve one problem. So I am giving this problem as a assignment. So I would like to find you to find. This is X terminal and this is Y terminal, and this is 8 ohm, 80 ohm. This is 1.2 IB, and this is 100 ohm, and this is current IA, and this is value of 2 IA. So you are having two independent sources. You are not having any dependent source. So sorry, you are having two dependent sources. That is voltage dependent, current dependent voltage source and current dependent current source. I am asking you to find Thevenin equivalent across X and Y. So this current source is depending on current through, sorry, this is IB. So this is the whole sum. So this current source is depending on current through 80 ohms, and this voltage source depending upon current through this 100 ohms. I wish to find you guys the Thevenin equivalent of XY. So similarly, previous sums, what you will do, you will introduce one voltage source, a test voltage. You will introduce one voltage, so you will find current IT by mesh analysis. By after finding that IT, what you will do, 1 by IT. Similarly, if you wish to find by introducing 1 amp, you can find R Thevenin equal to Vt by 1 amp. So Vt is what? Voltage across this terminal. So in either form you can find. So keep in mind, don't do always mesh analysis. Try to incorporate doing node analysis also, because you may not dream that always mesh analysis is really applicable, because in doing mesh analysis you may get many equations. Instead of that, if you use node analysis, you may have a chance to get one or two equations, which is very much feasible. So I'm requesting you to guys always not depend on mesh analysis. Observe the circuit initially, and you have the feasibility to find in a way to find the responses in node analysis also. Okay, thank you. In the next session, I'll introduce the topic called resonance. So in the morning session, I'll upload maximum videos on resonance only. Thank you guys.